Good morning, everyone. Anyone get an email today? Hey, Murray, Moondog, Robert, John is here. Peter, Adam, moving. Mark, Karen, Wade, Kirk, Robert Steele is on YouTube. Perfect. Thank you, Wade. Andre is on his way in here right now. Oh, good, Wilford. Nice snow trade. Heard there was a few good pit trades from this morning. Costco. Yep. Yep. We've got 181 people. The email went out. Let's share this. It. All right. Let me make sure my audio, the right audio is on. Roadcaster, yes. Now let me make sure YouTube is on. I want to say hello to everybody. And then we will greet everybody. Let's make sure I went to the right room. Yeah, I'm in the right room. Hey, Robert, how are you? Ilford, how are you? Uh, Tommy, how are you? You know, Robert, I knew a guy who used to be the head of margins department for a big Chicago clearing firm. His name was Robert Steele. You're probably not the same Robert Steele. Maybe you are. I don't know. But Bill Steele, very. I thought it was a pretty cool name. You know, Bill Steele. He was the head of risk. Uh, Kea, how are you? Richard, how are you? Darren, how are you? Joanne, how are you? Tommy, how are you? Patrick, Darren. I still can't get Matt to say good morning to me. Morning, Darren.
There you go. There you go. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me turn on TC 2000 and share my screen here. Matt, would you mind posting Turning Point link that starts at 1 p.m. for everybody here and on YouTube, because this is the biggest event I do of the year.
There it is.
All right, let me pull that up here. Just takes a second to turn on, and then I'll be with you guys, and then I'll say hello to everybody. All right, there we go. Can't believe the end of the year is almost here, Matt. You know? All right, let me say hello to all of my friends and fellow traders. Dave, good morning. Dave O, good morning. Robert, good morning. Ben, good morning. And Happy New Year's for future upcoming New Year's to everybody. JR, good morning. Bob, good morning. Arnie, good morning. Kirk, good morning. Gus, good morning. Graham, good morning. Actually, this is not the new camera. This is the old one because I have a webinar right after this, so I don't want to switch over. After this one, we'll switch it over, but I got them both here, actually. Is Clyde trading? He's resting. He's on his blood pressure meds. Hey, Maggie, how are ya? Christopher, Charlie, iPhone, Susan. There we go. Susan, Clay, Kim, Zoom user, Harry, Sue, Colleen, Scott, Murmis. How are ya? Kirk. We got Larry. We got Arturo. We got John. We got David. We got Cyrus. How are you, Cyrus? Another year, Cyrus. Another year. Kishore, Ernest, Thomas, Stacy, Sylvia, Anne. It starts in 55 minutes. Scott, Dom, Jay, can you post a sheet we are supposed to download? I wouldn't even know where to begin, Murmus. That's a customer service thing. I wouldn't even know what sheet you're talking about. Good, 120% on the bonus trade. Now, I gave the bonus trade to everybody. I gave it to the people in the pit, and I gave it to people in the VIP room. If you guys took the bonus trade, let me know how you made out on it, okay? Speaking of which, service documentation. What is this? Ask me 3 days later. Yeah, all right, there we go. Okay. Robert, Kishore, Nathan, Terry. Thank you, Terry. Sue, thank you. Good morning, W. Moore. Ivano, Cyrus, Nestor, Carlos. How are you, Carlos? And thank you again. Oh, he was affected. Phil, how are you? David, how are you? What is up with T-Call? Should we be adding? Hey, David, do you remember the little comment that I said not to mention existing trades, open trades that we have in members area here because it would make the people here feel like they're getting the values being taken away? Do you remember that little part? If you can always send me an email, David. Remember that? Sue, how are you? JC, how are you? Deanna, how are you? Manuel, Robert, Arnie. Nope, now you do. Kirk, hello, hello, hello. Henry, how are you? Tony, how are you? Steve, how are you? JB, RNM, happy holidays. Oh, yeah. Richard from Puente Gorda. Hello, everybody. All right, let me share my screen. Got a pretty good room. Go ahead and post a link again. Happy New Year's to you too, Wayne. I take my New Year's very seriously. T-Buzz is going to be over tomorrow. This is going to be the last year that Matt is going to be without a kid. This is it, Matt. You better enjoy it.
And if you
made money on the Costco trade, post it here. I know more than 3 people took it. If only 3 people took it, then we're in big trouble. Can you imagine, Matt? Like I posted to 1,000 people, 3 people take the trade. Bonus trade can be entered now for an even better price. There you go. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So a few things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And this is pretty important stuff. I already mentioned to you, there's a lot of red flags. There is a lot of red flags here. All right. A lot of red flags. First of all, S&P, Apple, Microsoft, and NVIDIA now make over up 20% of the index. That's not good. That's not good at all. That makes me very, very nervous. All right. Very, 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 very nervous. Large cap value stocks are trading at 28 PE ratio, while small caps are trading at 18 PE ratio. That's the widest valuation gap since the year 2000. Folks, that's when I met my wife. Okay. We have 3 children. 2 of them are grown. Think about that right now. A quarter of a century. Think about that. 28 versus 18. That's a 10 PE ratio spread between small caps and large caps. That's a big deal. Look at that. Everybody did it. Everybody made money. Good. Everybody made money. Good, everybody. Did anybody take the Carvana short? I didn't give the trade. I gave it as a bonus stock, but boy, oh boy, it went down pretty good. Let me know if you did the Carvana trade. That was a pit trade. Good. I like that. I like it. I like when people make money on during the holidays. It'll give you more money to buy programs at the pit, at the pub. All right. Now, listen to this. I got more information for you. All right. Federal Reserve has reduced the size of its balance sheet by 10% in 2024, the largest percentage decline on record. Nobody's even talking about that. That's really, really important. That's pretty important. Nice, Dom. Nice. You grab all those, Matt.
Grabbing them.
Listen to this.
we used to have 20% of our vehicles made in Mexico. Now 33% of our cars are made in Mexico. That's a 13% increase. 13% increase in 10 years. 10 years. I made 64% on one contract. Good, good. No, Sylvia, it's no bueno. No, 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 no. Not good at all. Not good at all. I got more stuff to tell you. U.S. credit card defaults jumped to the highest level in 14 years, signaling consumer financial strains that could impact banking and retail stocks. So, folks, when you hear that credit card defaults are at the highest level in 14 years, when you hear that we have the highest spread between large caps and small caps, this isn't good. This isn't good. This is not good at all. This is very, very bad. The Fed now is signaling one rate cut in next year. One. Remember, we're going to start lowering rates aggressively. Remember the kid with the bike? Well, the parents are now thinking they're now looking at the yellow pages for the closest pawn shop where they can pawn that bike and get money, whatever they can get for that Diamondback Silver Streak bike, and use that money for food because daddy ain't bringing any money home. I hate to say I told you so. I hate to say I told you so. Nope, 6. We went from 6 to 1. I'm reading. This is straight off of my doc. Gold trading this morning. Big thank you, Roger and Clyde. You're welcome, Alan. You're welcome. Now, how about this one? Matt, you're going to love this one. 771,000 homelessness in the U.S. That's reported. I would imagine unreported about 50% more. 18% increase in 2024 across the country. 18% increase. Okay, sure, we're not there yet. Hold on to your horses. Okay, sure. A little foreplay before we get to the main event. Come on, man. This is important stuff. 18% increase. 771,480 to be exact. Now, how they got that number, it's at least 30% more, right? At least 30% more, but whatever. MicroStrategy has declined 45% from all-time highs, while Bitcoin shows resilience, highlighting that crypto stocks are subject to a lot of volatility, and sometimes it's best to actually use the actual crypto. I figured I'd do this, holidays are here. This is important information. And I'll be giving you some specifics in 48 minutes. Tesla has delivered, they surpassed 500,000 deliveries this year, potentially boosting growth sentiment. That's very good for Tesla. Tesla's on a streak right now, and also because Trump and Musk are best buddies right now. For now. That can all change in a heartbeat, but for now, it looks good. Yeah, hey, guys, let me ask you, am I saying anything stupid or crazy here? Isn't everything I'm saying like, wow, I didn't know that, right? This is important stuff, right? This is pretty, people want to hear this. This does impact the stock market, believe it or not. Yeah, I don't know. I know that historically Trump doesn't have friends very long. And I don't have a problem with Trump right now, but I have a problem with Musk. And this is way before he got political. I'm talking from a business perspective. I think he's got his head in too many baskets. Now, listen to this, guys. Listen to this. U.S. money market funds reached a record $6.75 trillion, doubling over 5 years. That's reflecting a very big shift. Global investors are now putting a lot of their money into cash. This would explain why liquidity in the S&P 500 went from Matt, I'm sharing my screen, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, everybody wants to hear this. Always a character in here. Look at the volume moving here from look at the volume 83,685,000. Look at the 50-day average right here. You could see it. You could see, you could see it right there. Right there. You could see it right there. See that? As I go back in time, you could see 80, 100 million. Look how precipitously it's been going down ever since January, February, about first quarter of this year. It's going to pick up, but look how it's been going down. Now it's at 40. Where's the money been going? It's been going into safety. And also, look, I'm going to be honest. What this doesn't say is there's always two sides to every coin. What this doesn't say is the fact that interest rates have been going up, and a lot of people are putting their money there because they want the yield. Okay, so it doesn't say that. There's always two sides to every, to every wrinkle. Luxury good. Now, this is also everything I'm telling you guys is like really important, in my opinion, for the stock market, which is what we're here for. But we got to look at the broad market before we narrow in. Luxury goods, those Louis Vuitton bags, the Versace, all that stuff. I'm not big on any of that, but I don't even understand the difference between them, the fakes but my wife is an expert on it. I could assure you. Luxury good is expected to decline by 2% next year. Now you're probably sitting here and going, what bonds? Yes, Ken, long-term bonds, which have been going up. Yield has been going up, right? People have been printing money, buying bonds, yield and capital gains. I'm getting overexcited about this. So you're thinking, Roger, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Luxury goods going down 2% in 2025? Well, let me tell you something. That's the first time that's happened since 2008. Yeah, there's always two sides to everything. That's why I don't like to get political, because I can make you a great political argument for one side, and then I can make you the same political argument for. So I don't. That's why I just stay away from all that stuff. There's always two sides to every story. Yeah, you remember 2008? Well, let me tell you something, Alan. Let me tell you something. Luxury goods usually go up. When luxury goods go down, let's just say that it's the first time in 16 years that this is happening. And you're probably sitting here going, Roger, why are you trying to scare us? I'm not. I'm just telling you facts. I didn't decide to give you like the scariest things. This includes good things and bad things. Like, for example, I mentioned that we're reducing the size of the balance sheet by 10%. So this is everything. This isn't seriously, why does someone care about luxury? Because, Sean, it impacts sentiment. Well, Sean, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you an interesting question. Sean made an interesting point. Why does someone care about luxury goods when looking for next week meal? Sean, who do you think controls economy? The person looking for the next week's meal, or the top 1/10 of 1%? Who runs the money? Who do you think it is? What do you think, Sean? For sure, the top 10%. I would say it's the top 1/10 of 1%. But I think we're saying the same thing. I think we're all saying the same. I'm not going to nitpick. We're saying the same thing. So if that's the case, right? If that's the case, then do you understand why we care about that? Because that's what they're looking at. Because the first thing the ultra rich sell is their toys. The first thing that goes down, the first thing that went down in 2008 was the boating docks, the boats, and the luxury homes that I had in Lake Arrowhead. The first thing that goes down. Why? Because now we're going to be looking at luxury goods from a different perspective. Are people going to be buying Lulu as much as they were buying it in 2022? No. They can go to Target and buy cheaper clothes. That's why we care about it. That's why we care about it. And I didn't mean to pick on you, but why do we care? Because because as far as the market, what the rich are doing means everything. Adam says they're a very large part of the moving part of course, of course. Yeah, I'm going to give you specifics. I said, here's what I said. I said, I don't think I said by 10.7%. Federal Reserve has reduced the size of its balance sheet by 10.7% in 2024, the largest percentage decline on record. That's what I said. And money market, what did I say about money market? Hold on, I have it here. Reached a record. Market funds reached a record of 6.75 trillion, doubling over 5 years, reflecting a shift towards safer assets. That's exactly what I said. This is, folks, this is important stuff. I don't know about you, but this is exactly what we should be doing at the end of the year. And by the way, not that anybody's complaining. Don't hold back anything we need to know. Of course, you need to know this stuff. This is look. Do you guys want me to take you down the rainbows and the fairies and the crickets and show you how beautiful the world is, or do you want me to tell you the reality? I'd rather somebody take me by the and say and shake me up and say, Roger, pow 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 pow. This is where we're at right now, good or bad. I want to know where I stand. I don't want to be flying around like a sitting duck. Yeah, reality. All right. Airline. Now this is an interesting one. Well, I don't know what to make of this. Airline and cruise ship stocks are at record high. Everybody sees that because look at the prices amid booming travel industry, signaling a potential sector specific growth. So there's definitely clearly, there is a lot of money coming into those two sectors. So we're going to continue watching those two sectors because what we're seeing in those two sectors is very counterintuitive to what we're seeing, because those two sectors are saying economy's expanding, but everything else we're saying economy is not expanding. So we have to watch this very, very carefully. We're not going to argue with it. We're not going to ask why. I honestly don't care, but I'm explaining to you, we're going to watch this very carefully. I think part of it has to do, there's still a lot of revenge traveling from COVID. A lot of energy prices are lower, and a lot of people are still doing stuff. Also, people are working more remotely from home. But again, this is counterintuitive to what we're hearing. But again, my job here is to report this. Is the travel to U.S. baby boomers population curve? I don't know. I see cruise lines up, but not at all-time highs. Yeah, they're up there. They're up there, guys. They're up there. Yeah. All right. And then we're gonna keep an eye on Boeing. We all know what happened in South Korea. Hey, Matt, one of my neighbors and one of my wife's best friends was supposed to be on that flight.
Really?
Yeah, she missed that flight. Yeah. Connect the dots as traders. We need to. Yeah, you got to connect the dots. EVs as luxury. I don't know if you consider it's not about. Okay, that's a good question. Fair question too. It's more about the cost factor. So it's not about the brand. So for example, let's say, and again, I'm not big on what cars Tesla makes, but let's say that you're looking at cars, and a car maker makes 3 type of cars, and they make a $20,000 car, a $40,000, and a $60,000 car. What we're seeing now would imply that less people would be buying the $60,000 and the $40,000 car, especially with interest rates yield, and buying more of the $20,000 car. So if you're looking at car manufacturers specifically, and you're looking at car manufacturers who are like okay, I'll give you a great example: Porsche, Ferrari. There's not a lot of cheap cars there, right? It's not a lot of Lamborghini. Again, I'm not really talking about stocks. I'm talking about companies right now. So those companies will suffer greatly if we go into a luxury swell. But companies like Tesla, if people like EV cars and Tesla makes, and again, I'm making this up as I'm going along, but if Tesla hypothetically makes a $20,000 car versus a Honda making a 20,000 EV car, they may still buy Tesla. So I don't think it's a matter of I think we have to really look at companies that are very specific towards luxury. So Louis Vuitton, Rolex, things that are really luxurious versus things that can go either way. Because like Toyota, for example, is a perfect example. You've got Lexus and then you've got Toyota. So people are going to switch from Lexus to Toyota. It doesn't mean Toyota's going to make less money. It just means people are going to buy less Lexus. But as a company, it's going to make maybe just as much or more money. See what I'm trying to get to? So you kind of have to not look at the brand as you got to kind of look at the brand and say, is this mostly a high-end brand or is this mostly a low-end brand? High-end brands, and again, I'm not a big brand guy, but Hoka shoes, for example, which cost $175, may suffer in comparison to New Balance shoes, which are my favorite, by the way, which happen to be $85, $95. And again, don't quote me on all of this. And I'm not trying to give you stock advice. I'm simply I'm kind of explaining it because it's a fair question. Rolls Royce, yes. Bugatti, exactly. Things that are on its face, this is a luxury brand. I don't think you can say Tesla is a luxury brand. I don't think Musk really goes for Tesla being a luxury brand. I think Tesla is a brand that tries to fit all budgets. And maybe I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, maybe I'm being silly. I'm not that familiar with them, but I think that's the case. Maybe I'm wrong there. Yeah, Dick's is great. Dick's Sporting Good, that's a great store. Matt, what percentage of your stuff would you say Dick's sells of what you wear? Not necessarily you buying there, but the type of clothes you wear versus what they sell. What would you say?
Probably about half.
Half, really?
Yeah.
What would you say the percentage of clothes that they sell in Dick's you would wear in comparison to what you wear to work?
90%.
Okay, that's what I thought because that's all I see you in. So that's why I asked the question. And would you say I'm probably like 75% there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see what I'm saying? So again, but yeah, like it just depends. Luxury, high-end version of Toyota. Yeah, right. Yeah, I love Toyotas, by the way. It's my favorite Japanese brand. I had a Lexus once and we loved it. We had that LS 430, the retro one, 20 years ago. Loved it. Loved that car. It was my first convertible. Loved that car. And then I got two 911s. Never drove them. My wife loved the 911s. I never drove them. I love my Beamer. I like my sedans and my SUVs. I like slightly bigger cars. I feel like I'm on the floor with those Porsches and they're too stiff. Driving in Los Angeles with Porsches is not as fun as you may think it is. Anyway, I don't even know how we got off the topic. Matt, can you post the link one more time? So basically, in short, now what are the things that really bother me on this list that I gave you? So I'll tell you what are the things that really bother me on this list that I gave you. The biggest things are the fact that the large caps versus the small caps are showing the biggest divergence. That's telling me that, and remember, in a bull market, small caps always lead. This is telling me that we may see a dull spell or a sell-off in larger stocks in mags or S&P 500, which is 40% mags, in comparison to IWM. We may see a lot more upside in IWM in comparison. Or, and I don't think this will happen, we may see a real sharp sell-off in mags. The other alternative is that the Russell 2000 is going to catch up. Don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be more of the Russell's going to be more resilient, and mags are going to see what RSP is seeing right now, which is like this. I think mags is going to go through something like this. I think we're going to cool off while IWM kind of stays here or and continues consolidating because there's a lot of support here. So I think the downside is already done, and I think mags may need to see it too. Okay, that's my 5 cents, which wouldn't really be a crash or anything. I'm going to give an outlook at noon in half an hour. I'm going to give very specific outlook.
I'm going to give a very, very specific outlook at my year end. Last year, I gave you NVIDIA as my top stock. NVIDIA was the third fastest stock this year. I also gave you, what was the short stock? It was a healthcare stock, and it was one of the weakest stocks of this year. So I'm going to give you all of that. Humana, thank you. Thank you. I'll give you that. I'm going to give you all of those stocks this year as well. And these stocks, I was not right. I didn't get it right. I picked one stock out of 5,000 stocks, but I was off by two, Matt. Yep. Yeah. I was off by two. So it'll be pretty cool. I think you guys will enjoy it. So that really bothers me a lot. That really bothers me a lot. What else bothers me a lot? What else bothers me a lot is that U.S. money market assets, our money's going into money markets. That's really bothering me a lot. The luxury goods is bothering me more than anything because that's huge. And also, not only are luxury goods at the lowest sales since 2008, but real estate is taking real estate sales are at the lowest level that they've been since 2008 or 2007. That's also bothering me, which is not on this list. I don't know why that's not on this list. But those three things, the fact that luxury good sales are down, that's a huge, 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 huge red flag. Huge red flag. Why? Not because of luxury goods, but because of the impact it has on non-luxury goods, as I explained already. The large caps and small caps difference, and the fact that mega cap stocks are having a bigger and bigger control in the S&P 500. Apple, Microsoft, and NVIDIA now make up over 20%. The rest of this, I think, is mostly noise. Just giving you my feedback. All right, now let me give you stocks that I like to the downside. Now, I am not going to give you options today. I don't want to give you options. Why am I not going to give you options? Because I don't necessarily want you to get into trades right now, number one. Number two, I don't think it's a good time to get into trades right now. And number three, I don't want you to overdo it with trades right now. I'm basically trying to tell you to keep your wallet closed, put your hands in mittens and put these mittens underneath you right now. Paper trade with one share. Just have some fun right now at the end of the year. I'm only giving bonus trades right now. So I'm going to give you some stocks that I'm targeting right now. I'm going to give you a lot of stocks that I'm targeting to the downside and to the upside. It doesn't mean volume is, let me just take a quick look here. We are on track to have one of the lowest volume days of the year. We're at days halfway done. We're at 19 million so far. Please, 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 please don't be silly. Don't be silly. Don't be a hero. Nothing's going to start up again till not next week, but towards the end of next week and like the 10th of January. But I'll give you these stocks anyway. Oh, I've also made a very important announcement, and I'll announce this again. Can you open the door a little bit, Matt? Let some air in. Thank you. I'll announce it again. We are going to start in January. Matt and I are going to start doing 0 DT and 1 DTE. Thank you. Options on the SPY, QQQ, and Russell 2000, not the Dow, just those three indices. They're going to be day trades. They're going to be very short term, 20-minute trades, 30-minute trades, 45-minute trades. They're always going to be day trades. There's not going to be overnighters. They're going to be on options that are like one strike in the money. Okay. And I'm going to give you the strike price. We're going to give you the limit price. They're going to be very short, punchy trades. We're going to be doing them in the VIP room as a bonus for maybe a quarter, maybe less than a quarter, maybe 2 months till we have a couple of hundred trades. Debit spreads, not credits, not debit spread, just straight calls. Straight calls. Don't confuse me, Penny. No. 0 DT and 1 DT, straight calls and puts, just directional day trades. Directional day trades. If you want to turn them into swing trades, into debit spreads, you could do that. But they're just going to be, we're going to be in them for 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe an hour and a half. The options are going to be very cheap. They're going to be in and out type of trades. There's going to be a profit target, exit, stop loss. We're going to give you maybe 100 to 200 of them. If they work out the way we expect them to, we'll launch a service. But meanwhile, people in the pit will get them for free between January 1st. Right, Matt?
Yep.
You're going to be issuing them, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's not gonna be any additional cost for people who are in the pit. In addition to what we already give you guys. So we've been playing with them for a while. No, not VIP room, in the pit. And if I happen to be in the VIP room when one of them signals, I'll give them to you for free too. How about that? I'm not going to hold you back. So if they happen between 12 and 1, as we're in the VIP room, I'll give them to you for free in the VIP room. And I'll post the entrance and the exit in the I'll give them to you here as long as they occur here. They're going to be very, very low risk. They're either going to be yay or nay. They're not going to be like swing trades or anything like that. All right. You can make a lot of money by having a good trade. Yeah, you can. You keep outperforming. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, there's no catch, no extra price, no nothing. You don't have to do anything. If you're in the pit, you're good to go. So yes, the pit, yes, the program that has a 94 something success rate. And please put Turning Point link, Matt, in both channels for my 1 o'clock session. Let me go through these stocks. Yes, you'll need 25,000 in your account to take these trades. These are all going to be day trades. We may be 1 to 3 a day, maybe sometimes 4 a day, maybe none a day, but they're going to be very active. They're going to be in and out. They're not going to interfere. They're not going to have anything to do with our existing pit trades. They're just going to be like complementary stuff. So if you see stuff on an S&P, SPY, IWM, or QQQ, you'll know it's a day trade. You'll know what option. We'll give you the. We'll tell you everything. All right. All right. There you go, David. There you go. Sounds complicated to send the signal at the right time. Yeah, well, that's why we're going to do it in the pit. There's no. You should join the pit, but we'll be talking about that at Turning Point. And if you want to hear more about the pit, we'll talk about it in 24 minutes. Yeah. All right. So trades that I like to the downside. I like Builder. These are all swing trades, not day trades. Okay. If you have cash accounts at a margin, you could do whatever you want, Troy, but I'm just telling you that you probably need a margin account for these. Crisp. Whoops. Baxter. I really like Baxter too. Caesar. Yeah, you can have 3 accounts and avoid it, right? NTLA. I like this one. CCI. That's a beautiful. You look at that, Matt. That's a beauty right there. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
That's a beauty right there. If we start falling back down, and look, it's been below the VWAP all day. I like that one a lot. Oh, it's a REIT too. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The only thing that's up today is energies. Okay. BHP. STX. Pulte. PHM. ZTS. Pass. Oh, what a beauty. And Ball. Those are my swing trades to the short side. I'm going to post them for you today. Why? Because today I'm in the holiday spirit. Can you imagine, Matt? I'm actually posting them here. Have you ever seen me post anything here before?
Never.
I'm telling you, Matt, I'm in a good mood. Had a good holiday break. Saw my kids. That's all a father really needs, just to see his kids once in a while. All right, those are the short side. Now I'm going to give you the long side. See, ho, ho, ho. Should have worn my Christmas hat like you did, Matt. These are shorts, Marge. These are shorts. Now let me give you longs that I like, okay? I like EQT a lot. Let me try something here.
Speaking of shorts,
Huh?
Kind of like going short on the market here.
You like going short on the market here?
Yeah.
All right.
You hit that low from Friday.
Matt, you have access to the Telegram channel, don't you?
I do.
I forgot BHP. Thank you. Now you see how the VWAP, we draw the VWAP, and you see how finally it broke above that? You don't have to draw a trend line. You could just put a VWAP right there at the high, and it'll tell you. But EQT looks good. Me too, Cyrus. Cyrus, something is wrong. You and I are agreeing to each other. Now, there's three natural resource stocks, and they're all making a 52-week high. AR, RRC, and CRK. One to a customer, or let's say you're going to do 100 shares or three contracts, you would just do one contract of each. So that way you can have a little fun. But please understand, they're highly, you too, Farid, you too, happy Hanukkah to you too. They're all highly correlated. You don't want to go crazy here. And remember, volume is really low. So I just opened up I opened up a new trading account. And I was joking with Matt. I was saying, Matt, I need to get options approval. So I'm going to call them and ask them to approve me for options trading. Do you guys think they'll approve me for options trading? What do you think? I'm not kidding, Angie. I got to get approved for options trading. Oh. Katie says, I don't understand. You tell us not to trade, but then you give us trades. Katie, I'm giving you setups that I like right now. I'm explaining to you that I don't like the environment right now. But there's always people who put in a little trade here, one share there, two shares there. You could do whatever you want. I'm telling you that I would not risk my money on this market. Volume is very low. There's a lot of maybe a little bit in and out, maybe a little playing around, maybe a little speculative, having fun. That's all I'm saying. I also said don't trade much, keep your ammunition light, very low exposure, put your hands in the mitten, but learning experience. What if you paper trade? There's other stuff here. I got to do something to occupy my time, Katie. It'll be 31 years next week, actually. Good time to watch the market. Yes, exactly. It's not binary, Katie. It's not zeros and ones. There's always in between. All right. Ulta. Look how well the stock has kept up in the last few days with the market tanking down. Oh, yeah, Dom. I am a newbie when I'm opening up a new account. What do you think, Matt? Do I have a chance? Will they open it for me?
Yeah, they might make you take a class.
May have to take a class.
Or teach it.
Yeah, exactly what Omar just said. Ulta. AAL. Now, remember we were talking about airline stocks? I mean, look at this. This is isn't this like all-time highs or 52-week highs? This is fantastic. Let's see if it bypassed the anchor. Yep, look at that. We got a green light here. Looks very nice, actually. Yeah, fun paper trading, exactly. Please explain the charts. Yeah, sure. What do you want me to explain on the charts? Be specific with me. What is it that you would like me to explain on the chart? Please be specific. Be very specific with me, okay? All right. Really like AA. Box A. Bouncing off the 15-day. Once it breaks this level here, we'll be ready to go. Got to break above this level right here, the compression right there. There you go, Camille. Alerts, exactly. Don't tell them you have 30 years trading. I don't even know what they'll ask me. I'm sure they'll ask me something. Main Street. Look at this stock. Making a swing high. Looks beautiful. Good for you, Perry. All right, Matt, that is all I have. Do you have anything for seasonality before we give them the link again to be in my shocking predictions for 2025 that I'm going to give them in about 15 minutes in the turning point?
I mean, I have it, but because volume is historically so low right now, it's just kind of sideways. It's not a lot to take from it.
Not a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Do we still have that Baidu?
No.
It expired already?
Mm-hmm.
Curses. I'm not sure, Dave. I would ask customer service. I'm pretty sure it is, but I would check. Guys, Turning Point. This is my once a year thing that I do. Highly, highly recommend it. It's a different list, Brent. And remember, I'm also going to be doing something new starting this year, or actually next year, or this year, next year. We're almost there in the pit, which is going to be giving the day trades, as you guys are going to be my guinea pigs. All right, I will see you in 15 minutes. I will see you in the other room. I hope to see you guys there for my biggest event of the year, and I will see you all later. I bid you a farewell, and I'll see you in 15 minutes, guys. Hopefully this was fun. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
15 minutes, go to the other room, save your seat. There's a capacity there, and they're going to hit it because they're broadcasting this thing big. Yeah, what a nice